We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with a pretty big rumor regarding former NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. Last night on NXT New Year's Evil show, Rhea Ripley faced off against Raquel Gonzalez in a last woman standing match, and after a great match between the two stars, Raquel ended up getting the win over Rhea Ripley, which did cause many fans to speculate as to whether or not Rhea Ripley's days in NXT are over, and that Rhea would be joining the WWE's main roster in the coming weeks. According to a new backstage report, Rhea Ripley's last official match in NXT actually did take place last night against Raquel Gonzalez, with one of our sources revealing that Rhea Ripley will be joining the WWE's main roster within the next couple of weeks, perhaps making her official debut during the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match. We should also note that Damian Priest is getting moved up to the main roster soon as well, so there is a chance that WWE could have Rhea Ripley join Damian Priest when they do get called up to Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. Let us know your thoughts on Vince McMahon planning to call up Rhea Ripley to the WWE's main roster in the near future, and if he had to choose which brand between Raw or SmackDown should Rhea be moved up to. Another big match that had occurred last night during the NXT New Year's Evil show was Finn Balor defending his NXT Championship against challenger Kyle O'Reilly. The match between Balor and O'Reilly itself was great to say the least, but the bigger story coming out of this show is regarding the rumored injuries that the two superstars sustained, with the WWE revealing that Kyle O'Reilly suffered from a jaw injury and an arm injury for the NXT champion Finn Balor. While it is still unknown how serious these injuries are for real, or if they are just storyline injuries for the most part, one source has mentioned that Finn Balor's injury could very well be real, so we will just have to hope that Balor's not too seriously hurt or needs to take too much time off to recover. Regardless, it was certainly a great match, and Finn Balor is still the NXT champion after last night's grueling bout. It cannot be denied that the Royal Rumble is one of the most highly anticipated pay-per-views of the year for WWE fans, and there's no doubt that the upcoming 2021 Royal Rumble in just a few short weeks will officially kickstart the road to WrestleMania 37. However, like most WWE pay-per-views this year, many fans have made their feelings clear that these big shows just are not the same without fans in attendance for the events, to add some life and excitement, with many hoping that WWE would be bringing back fans for the 2021 Royal Rumble, including some executives working behind the scenes in WWE, who reportedly believed that the company would be able to have some fans in the audience at the Rumble in a safe capacity. However, it was revealed earlier today that unfortunately, no fans will be in attendance for the 2021 Royal Rumble, and the event will take place in the WWE's Thunderdome. When Goldberg made his shocking return to WWE this week on Monday Night Raw to confront the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre and demand an opportunity at the WWE Championship for the 2021 Royal Rumble, this was met with a lot of backlash and overall a negative reaction from most fans, as most are under the belief that not only will Drew McIntyre be losing the WWE Championship to Goldberg at the Royal Rumble, but that Drew's momentum may be damaged severely if Goldberg squashes the Scottish psychopath, because as most of you are well aware, Goldberg's matches in WWE are always short to say the least, in an effort to keep the 54-year-old Goldberg's limited abilities in the ring hidden from plain view, and Goldberg either wins in spectacularly quick fashion or loses in a similar way, much like how he did against Braun Strowman back at WrestleMania 36. However, a new leaked behind-the-scenes rumor has revealed that Vince McMahon is well aware that Drew McIntyre's credibility could be damaged should he lose to Goldberg, and apparently McMahon is secretly planning for Sheamus to turn heel and interfere in the match and inevitably help Goldberg win the WWE Championship, which would effectively keep Drew McIntyre somewhat looking strong in defeat, seeing it would not be a clean loss like The Fiend Bray Wyatt or other superstars who did lose a ton of momentum after their run-ins with Goldberg. Vince feels that this booking decision of Sheamus interfering in the big title match would basically accomplish two things in one, keeping Drew McIntyre strong in defeat while at the same time boosting the TV ratings for Monday Night Raw with Goldberg as the new WWE champion, and also begin the rivalry between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre afterwards. While things are definitely still very much up in the air regarding the big matches that will take place at WrestleMania 37 later this year, a new backstage report has indicated that Triple H will be wrestling on the show, which would be Triple H's first match in WWE since the 2019 Super Showdown event, where he faced off against Randy Orton. We have been told that this could very well be Triple H's final farewell match in WWE, with Hunter then officially retiring from WWE in-ring competition following WrestleMania 37, a decision that Triple H has been considering for the past few years, and feels like his retirement should come sooner rather than later, as he is getting older and wants to put forth all of his focus and attention on running the WWE behind the scenes. If the rumors of Triple H wrestling his final match in WWE at WrestleMania 37 are in fact true, some rumored opponents for Triple H's last match that are reportedly being considered backstage right now include John Cena, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, and even Matt Riddle. Let us know your thoughts and opinions of WWE secretly planning for Triple H to wrestle one final match at WrestleMania 37, and who do you personally think should be Triple H's last opponent before retiring? Within the next few weeks, Becky Lynch will be making her long-awaited return to WWE, and while most fans would expect for Becky Lynch to return on Monday Night Raw, considering she was last seen in the company giving up the Raw Women's title to Asuka in May of 2020, according to a breaking new leaked backstage rumor, Vince McMahon may be planning to shake things up in a big way with a huge swerve when Becky Lynch returns to WWE, with the rumor stating that Vince is considering to not only have Becky Lynch return on Friday Night SmackDown, but win the SmackDown Women's Championship from Sasha Banks almost immediately after her return, with rumors indicating that Vince feels Raw's women's division is pretty strong right now, considering WWE are now building up to Charlotte Flair turning on Asuka and setting her sights on the Raw Women's Championship, and McMahon feels SmackDown needs some star power in the women's division, and Becky Lynch would certainly be a huge boost of star power. Not to mention that Becky Lynch reportedly likes the idea of moving over to the SmackDown brand instead, because her husband, Seth Rollins, is also on the brand currently. We now have our main story featured in this video, and it is regarding the shocking new rumors regarding a big storyline plan for Roman Reigns on Friday Night SmackDown in the coming months leading up to WrestleMania 37, involving the soon-to-be returning Brock Lesnar, with Goldberg setting his sights on Drew McIntyre's WWE title instead of Roman Reigns. The current plan WWE are likely going to be moving ahead with will see Brock Lesnar return to WWE on the SmackDown brand, and while eventually Brock Lesnar will be trying to win the Universal Championship from Roman Reigns for WrestleMania 37, Vince secretly plans for Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns to have a short run as a monstrous tag team over on SmackDown, with Paul Heyman going to plead with Brock Lesnar to work with his other client Roman Reigns. And while this would reportedly work for a short period of time, it would not be long before Brock Lesnar's and Roman Reigns' terrifying tag team breaks up, and Brock Lesnar sets his sights on winning the Universal title from Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman betraying Roman for his main client Brock Lesnar.